Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results. Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I'm your host, Yvette Bethel, and today's episode asks the question, is it time for something new? At certain times in our careers, we need to make decisions about up-leveling our lives and our careers. Some persons are loyal to their organizations, waiting for their supervisors to recognize their contribution and potential. They wait and wait and wait, and sometimes they are rewarded with a promotion if they wait long enough. This is because the longer they wait, the more likely it will be that they will be the best choice, sometimes the only choice. An approach like this puts the power for making decisions about your career in the hands of someone who is probably thinking about how they will achieve their goals more than how to develop you. It's time to think carefully about who's responsible for your career. Does your organization dangle the carrot, sometimes perpetually, with claims that we have plans for you, and they never take the time to elaborate on those plans? Or are you empowered to drive your career in the direction you want at a pace that works best for you? It's important for you to think about if it's time for something new for a number of reasons. Firstly, you may wait to be developed, and your supervisor may not support having your organization invest in your career. This could be because the department is too busy. Your supervisor may be rated on cost savings to the department, or he may be threatened by your potential, to name a few. Secondly, decision makers may develop you along a path that you're not passionate about, so you have no connection to it. Thirdly, you may not live up to your fullest potential by having to wait too long to be considered for your next move. And finally, you may not be considered for a promotion at all because of biases and power dynamics within your department. The first step in determining if it's time for something new in your career is to connect with your passion. Sometimes leaders know what their passion is. Sometimes they don't. If you don't know, then start by exploring what you enjoy doing that allows you to make other people's lives better, while at the same time helping you to feel appreciated. Sometimes what you're passionate about emerges out of a difficult circumstance. Sometimes you can discover it by working on different projects with the purpose of seeing if you can derive satisfaction from the work. While going through this process, I invite you to keep in mind the fact that just because you've done something for a long time and you've mastered it, this doesn't mean the work addresses your why. Dig deeper to determine how you really feel about your work. Once you have an idea of what you're passionate about, the next step in determining if it's time for something new is to envision your future career. Where do you see yourself in your career? Will the path you're on now get you there? How long do you want to take to get there? And what measures will you take to build the skills you need to ensure success? Once you establish a vision for your career and define your mission, it's useful to identify your values. Values include family, personal and career development, making money, health, trust, or ambition. There are a number of other values you can explore to see if they resonate with you. And if you need support with customizing your list, you can conduct research on the internet. Once you list your values, prioritize your top 10 and analyze them. I've encountered values lists where the top 5 values are family related, and that person has a demanding job. People like this tend to be conflicted because their work lives eclipse their family lives, and some feel helpless to do anything about it because they have no plan. When changing your career, You have the option to make a dramatic change, or you can take incremental steps. If you decide to make incremental changes because you're risk averse, once you're consistent, these small steps will have a compounding effect. So, after you define your values, the next step is to make decisions based on a few considerations. Firstly, based on your values and goals, are you in the right job? Number two, are you working for an employer who will invest in and support your career growth? Number three, what path should you take to get where you need to go and develop your strengths along the way? Fourthly, is employment your optimal path, or should you consider starting a business? Number five, taking another look at your values, is the environment you're working in conducive to your growth? 6, do you have the contacts you need to obtain information about your desired path? 7th, what are the skills you need to achieve your career goals, and how long will it take you to master them? And number 8, what is your plan? These are only a few questions you can use to support discovery as you consider your career path. You can feel free to add ones that will help you. Over the years, I've encountered a number of talented leaders waiting to be noticed. Some wait for 10 to 15 years. Others are noticed and promoted within a few months. There are those who take their careers into their own hands and transition themselves into a new role when they feel the time is right. Both paths have their pros and cons. We've explored waiting as an option. Let's take a look at the empowered path. This involves taking a step toward your path despite the risks. As with any decision, there's a chance you can make the wrong one. But reflecting on your values, taking deliberate developmental steps, and strategically networking can minimize the probability of a misstep. When it's time for something new in your career, you should be able to recognize it, have the discipline to take the steps necessary for change, and develop the courage to defy the naysayers who attempt to freely project their fears onto you. When it's time for something new, the old ways of managing your career will not work. Give some thought to how you will attune to your why and how you can make your goals a reality. Thank you for joining me at Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I invite you to join me this and every Monday for a new episode. Until we meet again, remember, always continue to evolve.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.